Right then, this is a quick walk around video on a bit of a windy day, I'm afraid, so I'm hoping you can hear me. This is for a rare car indeed. It's a Honda CR-V Black Edition, ironic given it's the white version. Petrol automatic, which covered just 63,000 miles and with a full service history. Finished in black, comes with a full service history attached to the car. Obviously all the adornments you get with the Black Editions. Front of the car looks really smart with the grille and the lower section. It's absolutely fantastic on the car. Bonnet, fog lights, all very clean and tidy. Bonnet itself exhibits hardly a stone chip of any note anywhere on there at all. And coming down the near side, absolutely smooth in the panel work. Near side front alloy, very clean and tidy. Sorry about that, very nice gentleman. Just asked me for directions, but there we go. So come down the near side, very smooth in the panels. Near side front alloy, the only one that really shows any marks, which you naturally expect on the near side wheel, because it's the one that's closest to the curb, but even then it's miles better than most for its age. Remaining panel looks absolutely lovely. My favourite angle by far for these is from the back. It's the high level spoiler, the white garnish, all adds. It just looks really smart indeed without being overdone. Around the back again, very clean. Offside, driver's side, again lovely and smooth in the panel work. Offside rear alloy, generally good with just obviously the outside edge as you'd expect. Remaining panels are lovely on the car. It really is a gorgeous looking vehicle, this one. Coming to the back of the car, worth pointing out, and I do apologise, it does have a parcel shelf. I forgot to put it in for the video when it came round to us, but it's all in lovely condition and that will be fitted after the video is done. It's coming inside, and this is where the video does something rather strange. These are black seats and they make them look slightly purpley in the middle, or pinky even. I have no idea why, but trust me, they are black and they are in lovely condition. Coming to the front, again really clean and tidy. Finally coming to the driver's side, again all very clean. Inside the car now, engine's running through the section as always, so video can be seen, the dash rather can be seen illuminated. Dash in beautiful condition, sat nav working perfectly. Pop up there, pop it into reverse, get that lovely clear gridded parking camera, all working exactly as intended. And then up to the main dash binnacle. And if you can see, 63,032 miles, no warning lights on the car at all. Finally, just to show you, owner's manual pack and lock and wheel nut key all here and present with the car. Right then, this is a quick road test video, and this is for a Honda CR-V. It's a 2-litre Black Edition automatic. This one's registered FX64UCB and with a mileage of 63,032 recorded. The reason for all of our videos, and actually especially this road test section, is basically just to ensure that if anyone's looking at any of our cars advertised, they actually get to see the very car in operation. The reason we feel it's important is because, like so many people, we've been to see cars which have looked absolutely fine in photographs and description, only to get there and find out that it's got a fundamental issue which we'd much rather known about before setting off, so hence that's why we do it. Also done on these very quiet country roads, very close to our premises. This actually forms part of the road test route we take our customers on, so hopefully then it will be representative of what you'd feel yourself should you be offered a test drive in the car. So coming to the car, it's been very well looked after, this vehicle, and it feels it immediately. It is as tight as a drum. Engine starts absolutely instantly, of course, and settles absolutely smooth, even idle. There are no warning lights on the dashboard at all relating to the engine or any other part of the car, and temperature gauge is at 1/3, which is exactly where it's meant to be, and it's been running for quite some time now. The engines are an absolute peach. Typical Honda 4-cylinder, beautifully engineered. They are the toughest, most reliable engines in their class, bar none. with just regular good maintenance. But on top of that, there's just a lovely engine to use day in, day out. It's got a really crisp, sweet engine note to it, pulls through the entirety of its rev range. It's not one of these where you've got the revs on there but you just can't use them because it gets too thrashy and harsh. It's an engine that absolutely sings its heart out should it need to do so. But tootling around, it's just so docile and beautifully natured. It is cam change driven, by the way. There's no cam belts on these, so no major service looming on them at any point in that regard. The automatic gearbox, again, class act. The gear shifts are absolutely beautifully smooth, and like the engine, they last an absolute eternity, generally speaking. You know, notwithstanding that, you should do all the obvious checks on any automatic car, and they basically include making sure that the gear shifts are smooth, and they are, but also when you select drive or reverse from stationary out of park, there shouldn't be any massive clonks or delays in engagement, and again, absolutely nothing at all, so perfect in that sense. Steering on the car, these are essentially, I mean, they're one of the most car-like SUVs you can drive. They were way ahead of their time, which is why they're still absolutely loved. And that starts with the steering and the chassis of the car, because the steering's beautifully weighted, very fluid, accurate, relatively quick to respond, but it just follows faithfully, and it's geared so it's not going to settle passengers. If it's too sharp, the car's moving around too much, but this just feels just so beautifully smooth with the inputs. It also tracks absolutely dead straight. There's no vibrations at this speed or any speed up to the legal limit. Chassis in the vehicle, what I'm listening out for on road test, there's a particularly nasty bump about to come up any second now. That one's horrible, but if you can hear any sort of clattering or clunking coming from underneath the car, it would show there, but there's absolutely nothing at all. The suspension, again, it's just really, really clever. I mean, Honda know this market intimately. The CR-V is the best-selling SUV in the world, and it's obvious when you drive them as to why they're so successful. It's got the ability to give you a very settled, very composed ride. But on top of that, it allows to go through the corners without too much body roll, without too much body motion, more importantly. Some of its competitors, you get in them straight away, you think, God, these are lovely. You know, they ride so smoothly, they cos at you. Until you start going through more challenging roads, tighter corners, and then it kind of lurch. And it's particularly unsettling, especially for rear seat passengers, actually. But this does it all absolutely superbly. I'm just going to swing around here. Reach the halfway point. Going to get up to speed and give the engines a bit of a the brake rather a bit of a shove, just make sure no one's directly behind me, and hold on to my bits, make sure they're flying. Really good brake pedal on the car. What I'm looking for in particular on automatics is there shouldn't be any kind of pulsing or vibrations coming from the brake pedal, and there's nothing at all. It's absolutely spot on. It is actually going to be going for an MOT hopefully later today or tomorrow, so all these things are going to be checked anyway, but as it stands it just drives beautifully. Coming inside the car, first and foremost, in lovely condition, and as always with Hondas, brilliantly put together. They are so well made, no creaks, no rattles, nothing at all. It's absolutely solid as a rock. Dashboard is simplicity to use. It's really, the car can just jump in and drive, pretty much. You've got a lovely driving position in terms of visibility. You feel very confident on the road with the car, and everything in here working perfectly. Sat nav, air conditioning is lovely and cold. Dash in front, simple, legible, easy to read. Just really nicely done. The steering wheel, again, in lovely condition, no marks on there, no wear, leather bound, a nice small diameter one as well. This is a four-wheel drive version of the CR-V, because not all of them are, albeit there are no buttons to press. Honda worked out very, very quickly that the vast majority of people driving them will be driving as I am today in perfectly good conditions where you don't need four-wheel drive running. The problem with four-wheel drive that's on permanently is you're going to use more fuel, get through the tyres more quickly, and put more mechanical stress through the vehicle. The way this works is incredibly simple and it's brilliant. It runs in front-wheel drive, which is the most efficient way to pull a car along 99% of the time. Should the front wheels lose grip, it instantly, via the traction control, far more quickly than you could ever respond, brings in the rear wheels to give you four-wheel drive, and it's seamless and it's brilliantly effective. As I always say, my wife's got one, I've got one. We tow a caravan with ours, and we've been across some pretty muddy, sticky situations and never come close to getting stuck. Its lack of use also generally gives it its reliability, because in nearly 30 years selling Hondas using this system, we've never touched one in terms of the four-wheel drive systems. They are incredibly robust. As I said at the start, the point is just to show the car in operation. It drives absolutely beautifully. It is such a lovely car to drive. It's solid as a rock, feels tight as a drum, as I said. I just can't fault it. It's a really lovely example, this one. If you've got any questions at all, don't hesitate, do give us a call.